I know what you're thinking. Yes, I am rather moist. I tried again taking a shower. I know it's not really catching on in the gold stake community. I'm like the only one that still takes showers, but I'm fine with being the progenitor for right now. It'll catch on at some point with the other gold stakers. But until it does, welcome back to episode 8 of the series where we try to answer the question: how far can we get playing only black deck gold stake? Can we win streak on it consistently? So far, the answer is no. But I'm somewhat convinced that it's more of a skill gap and less of a luck-based thing, although there are kind of both sides to that coin. Anyway, here are our stats, non-endless, of course. Let me move my face cam so you can see that stuff. Card stats, Grimbo continues to be the best. Scaling plus mult, we have Blue Joker, Hologram, all of this stuff. Riffraff over here. Riffraff is insane for black deck. These are our consumables. We got Emperor behind the face cam, all the econ consumables, pretty much the best consumables. Spectrals, just value generators, immolates, trances, stuff like that. And then vouchers, more value generators, essentially. All right, so let's get into another game. How's everybody's day going? Watching this video, comment how your day is going on a 1 through 10 scale, I suppose. Mine's going pretty well, so let's ruin that with some black deck gold stake, shall we? Oh, immediate fantastic start. Wait, that's actually peak. So I talk about this literally every video, so I'm just going to get it out of the way right now so I can not have to talk about it for the rest of the video. I think you never skip small blind if you're trying to win streak. Now, obviously, we don't have a win streak right now, so if this investment tag was maybe in the small blind, if these two tags were flipped, I'd probably take this small blind skip tag. But I think unassist, if you have no scoring jokers going into the big blind, it's about a 50-50 whether or not you win the blind or die to just getting crappy top decks. And I think the latter, it's about a 50-50. I was gonna say I think the latter happens more often. It's about a 50-50. But maybe if you're like not currently on a win streak, like we are not currently on a win streak, so maybe if there was an investment tag there, I would still take it regardless. Rental business card is actually not bad because we can just use that for one round and probably cop like $2 to $4 off of it. Acrobat we can't afford. We have to check the buffoon pack essentially. This is like the best thing that we could ask for. Holy chat. Holy. Riffraff is already insane. Honestly, I'm taking this Riffraff even if it's just regular Eternal. I'm taking the only time that I'm not taking a Riffraff is if it's Eternal Rental. If it's Eternal, I'm taking it. Because you don't need to do it anything in your late game, right? You don't need it to do anything in your late game. I can't speak English. Smash like for not being able to speak English. You don't need this to do anything for you in your late game. You just need the amount of stability that that Riffraff generates you in the early game. It generates you point scoring jokers, which get you through the blinds, which saves you money. You can sell maybe the jokers that you don't care about for econ. So it's an econ joker and a point scoring joker wrapped into one. And we've taken Eternal Riffraff as a first pick before, and it's gone swimmingly for us. This can literally just sit in your joker lineup for the last half of the game, and you don't care. It can just be there, and it's completely fine. We're gonna take this business card now because we can get value off of it, and it can tarot block. It can common block. Well, I guess we're selling it, but it common blocks the Riffraff. Yeah, we're definitely taking this now. But this being negative is just giving us free value for like the rest of the game, which is insane. Okay, it did not give us a scoring joker immediately. Like it gave us a scoring joker, but not one that we can use right this second. So we actually might still die here. Perhaps skipping for the. I probably should not have. I almost certainly should not have skipped for the investment tag there. That's honestly a focus shock fumble if I've ever seen one. If I throw this run on that prospect, I'm actually going to be crestfallen, and we didn't top deck what we needed. So we're cooked here. Like this just went from the best run of all time to unwinnable. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we just don't draw the flush either. That's actually so hot. Nine hearts in the deck, by the way. It's fine. Yeah, in retrospect, with the negative Riffraff, definitely should not have skipped for that investment tag, but my greedy little goblin brain started rubbing its dirty little paws together, and, we get stuff like that. Anyway, yet another investment tag on the big blind, so maybe we're not that sad about losing that. I should have dug for more spades. We actually would have found the spades that won there. I'm throwing, man. I'm throwing. See, this is why I talked about this briefly last episode. This is why, like, I want to make these into, like, somewhat commentary. I want to make these somewhat into, like, commentary videos just because I enjoy watching video game commentary videos, and I also enjoy making video game commentary. But, like, I would just die every single run if I made these into commentary with how poorly I already play, and then couple that with the fact that I'm, like, trying to, you know, talk to people on top of that. It would just not be good. And all 4 of our queens are still in the deck. Yeah, this is going really well. That was not even a particularly greedy investment tag skip. That was just, like, we got unlucky. All right, let's run this back. Maybe we can make it past the, maybe we can make it past ante 1 if we really try our hardest, chat. Anyway, chat, I know I asked already, but I hope everybody's day is going well. Just want to reiterate, you know, I hope everybody's having a good one. And if you're not having a good one, I hope you can, you know, hold out for tomorrow being a good one. You know what I mean? Smash like for positivity on this channel. Let's rip the buffoon. Both of these are awful. I will be taking this Mercury card, though, because I do love to force pair on the black deck. This is a really bad start. I think I'm just going to toss a hand by the wayside here, just to see. Okay, see now clubs are, by and large, the best flush draw. We draw the clubs, send those off. Do we have... I think 2-pair wins here, but I'm not certain. Let's, you know, I have the calculator mod for a reason. Let's check it. I'm almost certain 2-pair wins. Yeah, 2-pair wins. All right, we're chilling. We're locked. Just gets better and better, chat. Perishable splash. How about that? Okay, what do we got here? Probably going for hearts because our clubs are debuffed. We get the hearts. That's incredible. We're probably still dying, though, because we have no scoring jokers this late in the game, which on black deck is just a death sentence, just plain and simple. We have, like, no hearts because we already played a hearts flush. So, of course, we're going to draw all of our hearts and none of our diamonds just because this game, you know, loves me. This just barely wins because it's a really bad flush, but that's okay. We don't need it to blow the blind out of the water. We just need it to get us out. This is a horrible shop. We're gonna take you so that we don't die. Probably gonna sell you so that we don't pay rent. And then if we don't get something spectacular, we just die. We actually might just die here. Yeah, we would need 3 flushes. That is not happening. That is not happening. I'm having a really good day, chat. And black deck is not impacting that whatsoever. Smash like for being 0-3, not even 10 minutes into the video. Love this deck. Love this deck. Chat, it's definitely possible to win streak. What, bro? Like, I gotta go for the flush still. Even though it's a bad flush. Maybe I should have gone for the diamonds. Okay. Wouldn't have drawn them anyway. This doesn't win because it's such a bad flush, so we need to play all 3 of our hands. Smash like for not conserving any money. And now we get the full house that would have gotten us out in 1 hand. Yay! $0. We can only afford the buffoon pack. We could have taken the Saturn card, maybe. Burger or Jolly Joker. Burger's really nice, but I think Jolly Joker is more consistent for how early in the game we are. Let's try and top deck a 2-pair. I'm not even confident that that wins, but I guess we'll play it. Getting out in 2 hands is not horrible. Okay, it does win. Doesn't win against the boss, but it does win in general. Let's cash out. Foil splash. I mean, the foil is cool, but the splash isn't. We'll put Aura on you. Okay, we have a hollow jack. That can be somewhat of a win condition that we can play into. Potentially. Let's play the pair of 5s just for some points. Actually, should have just gone for the flush. Now we can go for the 2 pair and this wins because we have the hollow jack. That's what we should have done in the first place. All right, I need to lock in, chat. Holy. Perishable baseball card. If that was not perishable, I would honestly gambit and just take that, but I think that being perishable makes it a lot worse. Let's just go next. As long as we get like a couple of 2 pairs or like even a full house, we should be able to get out, which of course means we're not going to get either. Okay, we got the 2 pair. Let's get another one of those and then we can hop out. Okay, or we can just get the full house that I think would have won anyway. No, it would. Okay, it would have been off by just a little bit. Man, that would have been such a full. That would have been such a sad hand to play. Eternal Trio, huh? Do we think we can pop 3 of a kinds consistently on black deck specifically? I'd say probably not. But you know, maybe if we start copying this hollow jack, it's possible. I think let's take the popcorn and go next. Play the 2 pair. This gets us out with popcorn. Okay, now we're gonna need 2 hands after this blind still, but that's fine. We can't afford the clearance sale, which is really sad. Shops are just not doing it for us, man. This is very sad. The fish is kind of awkward here, but we do get a decent top deck, so we can just hope for back-to-back 2 pairs, and hopefully that gets us out and we're fine. It's probably a 2 pair somewhere in there, but I prefer to see what I'm working with. Queens and 10s gets us out. This is not looking so good, chat. We do have money. That's the one thing that I can say. Grabber makes this a lot more playable. Let's just take that grabber immediately. And then do we want to save interest or make lucky cards? Maybe we want to make this into a lucky card so we can just take this. I thought there would be at least 1 full house here. Would appear not. Can we win in... We can just barely win in 4 hands. Which is slightly concerning because that means next blind we're going to need some increase to our score or we just die. Which is not super pog. Threw away the jack despite the fact that jacks are looking to be our win condition. Smash like for the best of plays. Yep, that's unfortunate. I guess let's just pop the magician right now and then we kind of miss some value on it, but that's okay. I guess we could have discarded for jacks because we still had a discard, but that's neither here nor there. Let's cash out our $1. I don't need Molt right now, man, but like the tower card is not super consistent here either. Let's buy the tower card. I almost want to skip for this, but I think every time I've done that in recent memory, it's ended up going not so well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and not do that. I don't know. Plus 16 Molt is like literally nothing, though. I think with the rock, this is possible. No, it's actually definitely not. Unless we get like all high 2 pairs or a handful of full houses. I guess it's somewhat possible. Let's go for a full house. Not bad, not bad. All right. We even save a hand. Okay. You know, not the best run that we've ever had, but it's surviving. That makes it a lot better. We're taking you. Popcorn here is dying, which is very sad. What's our boss again? The head. Let's take the rental zany joker and just hope for full houses. Yeah, this is not looking good. I think we're cooked. We got the full house, okay. Zany Joker was kind of a cook. Zany Joker kind of cooked here. And that's still not even close to enough points. Could play the straight. That gets no Molt. Let's just look for another full house potentially, and we're not going to get it. It's kind of foolish of me to expect full houses, though. So, you know, it is what it is. Well, if we would have gotten a full house every single hand, we would have won. To be fair. Unfortunate. Let's run that back, chat. Let's run that back. Man, this has been like the worst episode yet, hasn't it? It's a bit saddening, but it's also black deck, so I just kind of, you know, I just kind of expect it. At a certain point, it's, I mean, it is a skill gap because I've been misplaying my nuts off so far this episode, but it's also just like, it's black deck, man. That's, you gotta come to expect that at a certain point. Black deck's oppressive. It's not gonna be just handing you wins for free, I say, as we get a Grimbo in the shop. Okay, well. That's really nice for us. Speaking of just getting handed wins for free. Imagine that. You get scaling plus molt in the early game, and suddenly the game is like actually winnable. That's wild prospect, chat. Rental gift card. I do not think that that's worth it. Let's go to the window. Rental gift card is worth it on black deck if we have like a full roster, but on just Grimbo, not super worth. Not super worth. Even if we hit like multiple temperances, it's just not good. Okay, grabber here is disgusting. We get polychrome walkie-talkie. We'll pick this up for right now, just so that we can maybe save $1. But we're probably selling that like immediately so that we don't have to pay rent. Let's play the pair. Yeah, because that just boosted our score by quite a bit. Play the 2 pair. Maybe we do need to pay rent on the... Okay, no, we definitely not. That actually almost just won, which is a little bit scary, but it's fine. We get out in 1. We don't pay rent on the walkie-talkie, despite the fact that polychrome is like not that bad, because paying rent is not something we do around here, chat. It's not something we do. This wheel is phenomenal if it hits foil, but if it hits literally anything else, we start bawling our eyes out. Let's take the grabber because we kind of need it for this blind, unless we intend on skipping for Mega Buffoon, which I do not, chat. I'm just gonna keep it a stack with y'all. I don't think Mega Buffoon is the play here. Sue me. I know that might be controversial, but Mega Buffoon kind of blows in 90% of scenarios. I'm starting to realize, you know, I used to be a Mega Buffoon believer, but Gold Stake, there's just way too many, you know, way too many opportunities for it to give you a rental sticker, and then you're just really sad and you start crying again. Tower card. Probably not. Wheel is a little unfortunate. Eternal Erosion is maybe something we could pick up speculatively. Our econ is pretty bad right now, though, so I don't think we can really afford to pick things up speculatively. Okay, let's play a crappier 2 pair in the prospect of getting a better 2 pair down the line, or maybe even a full house. Surely this is a pair. Tragic. Oh, okay. Does this get us out? That gets us out. Okay, we need a Mercury card or chips. Those are neither. That helps. Wow, okay. That's very nice. Investment Mega Buffoon, God. If I were an omniscient being, this would be the best seed of all time. 2 Mega Buffoon skips. We might have just skipped, like... Well, I was going to say Banner, but Banner would be kind of bad right now. But, like, we might have, you know, we might have skipped Stuntman or something. Who knows? In which case, we're very sad. Probably go for straight here if we have this many hands. Okay. Go for a different kind of straight. I think we just go for pair. Scale the speculative supernova, am I right, chat? Okay, 3 of a kind. Bang. Alright, wet the old whistle, because my mouth is so dry. For literally no reason. What do we do in this shop? Rental flashcard is not it. Even with Burger, our econ is not really in a good space because we're using like all of our hands to not die right now. Kind of want to take this Arcana pack, but it's also like, what's in this Arcana pack that we care about? Probably just literally nothing. Hierophant would be cool because we're seeing a decent bit of our deck, but it's also like, that's not great. Excuse me. Money would be cool. Only if it's Hermie, though. Judgment would be cool, but only if it hits something that we care about. If it gives us, like, you know, a crazy Joker, then we don't care about Judgment. I think we just save our doubloons. Can we save our doubloons? What is a pair getting us? A pair of face cards is 30 times 22. That's 660, right? 660 hands does not win this. Actually, it might just barely win this, but I don't think it wins this. I think it just barely doesn't win this because it'd be 4,200 plus 420, right? Unless my math is like horrible. And that just barely does not win. So we need some kind of scoring. So maybe we just bank on this Celestial pack having a Mercury card, because a Mercury card is very good for us, but that also eats our econ. So that's why I'm thinking maybe Arcana pack. I think Celestial pack more often than not has something that we care about, though. So I think we just eat the interest money to like not pass away. Okay, and then of course we get 2 pair when there was a Uranus in that pack too. I'm still playing it though because the chips part is what we care about, and much less the molt part, since we have a plus 21 Grimbo on ante 3. Okay. I thought there was nothing there, but I just can't read. Oh, we need one more hand. Oh! Oh! The humanity. Okay. We get out. We can get out with this boss with no additional scoring. Riffraff here is disgusting for the reasons that I stated at the beginning of the video. We get an egg and an Even Steven. Even Steven we don't care about, but there's no reason to sell it right now, so we'll keep him. Play the 3 of a kind. Okay, yeah, we're definitely scoring out. I just have to remember to always play 5 cards, because sometimes I like to forget how to read on this boss, and then I don't play 5 cards, and then I die because I just waste hands for literally no reason, but it's fine. I didn't do that this time around, so we're chilling. We're going to keep Egg, because that's a decent econ Joker if we find even, like, 1 Temperance. This Flash card is kind of enticing, because we do want 2 scaling Molt Jokers. Burger is, like, kind of a scaling Molt Joker, though, if you think about it, because it allows us to play more hands, which is like kind of like a scaling Joker. So maybe we don't care that much about this Flash card. I think if this was something like Bus, where this was like easy to play into, or if it was like Supernova, where it's pretty much already turned on, pause, I could probably get around this, but I think just because it's Flash card, I'm gonna go next. Okay, we get Todd and List on Straights. List on Straights is actually not that bad. That's maybe something we could play into. Todd also injects a lot of points into our score, so like I'm not upset about that at all. He's probably getting tossed to the side as soon as we get some Mercury cards to our name, but until then, you know, he's part of the team. He's part of the team. I like his little wink. I like his little wink. Okay. Chat, I'm losing it. I don't know what goes on when I record these videos, but like it's nothing good. Kind of want to keep List. Think let's open these Celestial packs, and if we get 2 Mercury cards we can sell Todd. I guess if we're opening both of them, it doesn't really matter what we take for like the sake of our Fool, right? Let's take High card. Let's take the Mercury card. Hopefully this guy has a Mercury card as well. It's unlikely. Okay, Uranus is actually not that bad either. Let's sell Todd. The rumbling outside of my window is also reminding me that there's a thunderstorm going on right now, so if the video just like ends abruptly, first off, I'm keeping that in because I think it would be hilarious. But also just know that my PC fried if it ends abruptly. So yeah, just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. Do we actually lose here because of me selling Todd? No, because we get. I was gonna play a full house, but the 3 of a kind money is somewhat enticing. What's the difference in score? 3 of a kind gets us It's probably going to be a pretty sizable difference in score. 2K, it's about as much as a pair is getting us right now, as opposed to a full house is getting us 3K. If we keep playing 2K hands, how much, like, do we survive? This gets us up to essentially 9,000 points. And then we have 3 hands after that. Yeah, we can play the 3 of a kind to list. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All right, let's play the pair. Plus 36 Molt on Grimbo is kind of nasty at this point, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of disgusting. I think we get rid of, because we have no discards, I think Gold Joker is more consistent than List at this point. That's rental though. It's perishable is the bigger issue with that. We have mucho money, but that being perishable is like maybe really sad. Let's get rid of List so that I have a Joker slot. I'm gonna pick you up for the free roll. Delayed Grat here is awful. Raised Fist is also not that good. Let's sell you because I'm not paying rent. Let's pick this up for maybe a Temperance. Fool Uranus. Think Emperor here is just fine. Judgment. What's in the box? Photo. We can hold that thought. Dagger we don't need. Scholar is chips, so I might be inclined to pick up a Scholar. Just in case. Oh, the wall. Kind of glad that I picked that up now. We probably die to the wall regardless, actually, because we have like no chips. Yeah, that's not great. That's not great. Do get it? Okay, hold on. We do get a photo. I don't know why I dragged it to the front, especially when I have Scholar. That was throw of the century, but we're dying here anyway, so it's fine. Shouldn't have sold Todd, chat. Selling Todd, not gonna lie, flying a bit close to the sun, one might say. Flying a bit close to the sun. Let's pop the flush. We get the photo proc here. Yeah, no, it's curtains. We're dead. We are dead. Unless we get like the best hand of all time, which, spoiler alert, we do not. Let's play the devil card just in case we somehow miraculously make 17,000 points with this relatively modest 2-pair. But yeah, that shit is not happening. Beautiful. Beautiful. Nothing but losses, chat. That's what we love to see on this channel. Nothing that I know that's what everybody watches for, is just to watch me lose 1,000 times. Right? Absolutely. Why else would you have clicked the subscribe button? Smash like. Am I right? Red card is really good, but not as a first pick. So I am opening the Buffoon pack, and if there's nothing in here, which there isn't, I am going to be very sad, which I now am. Drunkard actually helps us put together more consistent flushes. Maybe this is a straight angle, actually. It was absolutely a straight angle. It actually wasn't. I really hate drawing into straights as opposed to flushes, but we have the Drunkard, so I'm like somewhat more cool with it. Hearts or diamonds. Diamonds has the larger ranks in hand, so we'll go for the diamonds. One more time for the diamonds. We get the diamonds. We would not have gotten the hearts. I made the right decision. Smash like for being intuitive, and that would have actually won boss blind as well. Calculated. Eternal trading card. Get credit card. God, I had said trading card, gift card. I knew it was a card of some kind. I'm losing it, chat. I'm losing it. What's our boss? Monoclay? No. Monoclay would have actually been really bad. But the goat is probably fine, unless, of course, we top deck all spades, in which case it's not as good as it maybe could be. All right, let's just play this hand. Hope that we top deck some clubs. We do indeed top deck some clubs. They're not great clubs, but they are clubs. So I'll take them, you know? Let's play the clubs. Could have played a 3 of a kind, looked for like a better flush or something, but nah. Surely we just top deck a face card. And by top deck a face, we have a high straight. This actually wins. Okay. I was gonna start crashing out. But we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. We're keeping an even keel. Chat, what is a keel? And how does one keep it even? Smash like for philosophy, I guess. The wall the wall has literally shown up so disproportionately in these runs, I feel like. Maybe I'm just misremembering runs from like last night, but I feel like I've seen the wall like 1,000 times already. That was not a good reroll, but it was a desperation reroll because we need something, chat. We need something. Yeah, let's go. My intuition was to go for the clubs, and after careful thought, I'm still going to go for the clubs. Smash like for not getting the clubs. Let's make lucky cards. If we pay the rent on the ice cream, it is what it is. Of course. I'm gonna try. I mean, this run's looking bad either way, so I'm just gonna try and dodge paying the rent, and if it kills me, it kills me. Yeah, we're cooked. All right, perfect. Yeah, that's... I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised that we haven't had a run like this, or an episode like this before now. This is how I expected 90% of these runs to go, so the fact that we've even... I mean, this is the first episode in probably about 6 to 7 hours worth of this series, maybe a little bit less, probably on the side of 6. This is the first episode in like 6 hours of this series where we've just consistently fumbled in the early game, and to be honest, that's a lot better than I was expecting to do with this challenge. Just take a quick look at our stats. Not that any of them were going to change because we've, you know, we didn't make it far like at all. I don't think we bought a single No, we bought Grabber 2 times. I'm smart. Didn't use a single... No, we used one spectral card. I forgot what it was. It was Aura. It was Aura, I think. We used like a handful of planets. Kind of funny that I've only used 5 planets on this deck. I feel like that that kind of should tell you something about this deck. Okay, well, that was fun. Smash like for more winning. And yeah, join the Discord. It's in the description. Love you guys. See you for tonight's stream. Black deck sucks. Don't make me keep doing this. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna keep doing this because I'm not an intelligent person, and so this is fun for me. But yeah, love you guys. Stay safe. Sleep well. Have a good one. Treat others nicely. That starts with yourself, fellas. Love you.
I try so hard to be the bigger man. You